backstage at Badgley Mischka, kicking off New York Fashion Week. I've got Mark and James with me. Guys, this is my first time at New York Fashion Week, and so I'm wondering, for a rookie, what's your advice?
I think for someone observing the shows, just realize that takes 6 months of work. This is like 6 months of our hard work, of our staff's hard work. It's been taking us forever. And then you have to realize it's gone in 10 minutes. It's a 10-minute show. It goes so fast, and don't blink or you'll miss it.
I always sort of compare it to a wedding. You know, it's like something, the anticipation and all the hard work, and then, it's over in a whiff. But just absorb it, just have fun. I think night shows are fun because somehow they take on a little bit more of a sort of party kind of atmosphere. And, it's just a celebration of people and clothes, and people want to look good, they want to have a good time, so it's just a fun night.
And you guys have been doing this for over 30 years. How has the fashion industry changed in that time?
I think the biggest difference in the way the fashion industry has changed, in the past 30 years from when we first started, is the amount of information that's available. When we started, there were 3 voices in fashion. Now there are thousands of voices in fashion. There's so much information out there. People can get so much data so quickly. It used to be like top secret, and then they would leak a little bit in women's wear. You get a couple pictures from like some sneak photographers, and now it's all out there the very moment it happens.
Yeah, and people really didn't see the clothes for 6 to 9 months from now. Now, within 30 seconds after the show, everybody's seen it. It's out there, and by the time a designer ships their clothing, it's kind of like, oh my God, that's right, we did that. It just seems like an eternity. So it just moves so fast now.
So I'm wearing a Paisley Miska dress.
It's great on you.
Thank you. And I'm wondering what inspired this design.
That was inspired by some origami pictures that we had. A friend gave us some origami animals, and we got inspired by that and inspired the sleeves for this dress.
So it's beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about tariffs, and I'm wondering if they've impacted you guys at all.
I think the looming threat of the tariffs over handbags has especially impacted us. Apparel, not as much, because it kind of is across the board. Everyone's got in the same kind of boat. It makes everyone's prices increase the same amount unless you manufacture domestically, which is unusual. It's impacted us a little bit, but they've kind of been with us for a long time as well. We're very much used to them, and incorporated them into our pricing and trying to figure out how to make them so that they're least impactful as possible on the consumer.
And what about this line that you guys are going to introduce? What inspired it, the designs there?
This collection was inspired by sort of post-war glamour. It's a little bit more streamlined, a little bit more sleek than perhaps what we normally do. The silhouettes are close to the body. Spring was very diaphanous, very big and flowy. And this silhouette is, I think, much more, it has more of a laser focus to it.
It's sort of taut and controlled. We're inspired by like 1950's, 1960's Mercedes-Benz cars. The sort of like the curve of the fender, the sort of the finish on the metal as well. It gave us our inspiration for our colors. It's like, anthracite, chocolate brown, forest loden green, and then beautiful like pastel, frosty, dusty pinks, dusty mauves.
You guys have dressed countless celebrities over the years. What's your favorite aspect of working with a client?
I think it's the ultimate way to showcase, what a designer does when, there's nothing more boring than a beautiful dress that just hangs in the closet. You want it to be enjoyed, and there's nothing like seeing a woman on the red carpet, that's wearing one of your favorite pieces come to life. That never gets boring. In
2017, you guys got to buy back your brand. What's that like? What's it like to own your brand?
Well, we owned it in the beginning, and then we went through a series of backing companies throughout the last 28 of those 30 years, and then 2 years ago we got to buy it back, which was quite an undertaking because it was not easy, and it kind of allowed us to make our own mistakes now, we can't blame anybody else for our mistakes now. It's all up to us. It's all on us.
I'm wondering what you're most excited about with this collection.
You know what, I just get excited because everything, we make clothes and our accessories all over the world, and everything just sort of comes together 15 minutes before the show starts. And it's just the ultimate thrill when the girls are all lined up and just about ready to go, when you can see all your work sort of come to fruition. And that's always, James and I, that's always our favorite part of the night.
Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me. It's been such a pleasure.
Thanks for being here.